Desert Plants by Michael McGilvery. What you already know. The roots of a plant grow into the soil. They hold the plant in place. Roots also take in water and nutrients. Plants need nutrients to live and grow. The stem holds up the plant. It also brings water and nutrients to the leaves. Leaves use sunlight, water, and air to make food. Some plants have flowers. Flowers make fruit and seeds that can grow into new plants. Scattering helps carry seeds to new places where they can grow. Some plants have cones instead of flowers. Their seeds come from the cones. The environment of a plant is the place where it lives. Plants have adapted to live in different kinds of places. Prairies, woodlands, and marshes are places where plants can grow. Deserts are hot and dry environments. Even so, plenty of plants can be found in the desert. Read on to find out how desert plants have adapted to live where it is hot and dry. Plants in the desert. There are deserts all over the world. Most deserts are very hot and dry. We think of deserts as empty places full of sand, but most deserts are only partly made of sand. As long as there is water, deserts can be a home for many living things. Most deserts get less than 10 inches of rain each year. Some deserts might not get any rain at all for many years. Others get many inches of rain all at once. Even though there is only a little water in these areas, many types of plants live in the desert. These plants depend on rain and underground water to survive. Quick to flower. Some parts of a desert can become very colorful after it rains. Many plants make flowers only when it rains. The flowers that bloom hold seeds. New plants can grow from the seeds. Flower petals lose their water fast in the hot desert sun. The water becomes a gas and goes into the air. This is called evaporation. Petals dry up and fall off when water evaporates from them. Some plants spring to life when it rains. These plants bloom very quickly. They only live for a few weeks or months after they bloom. The seeds of some of these plants can last up to 3 years waiting for rain. Pollination and Seeds. Some plants use their flowers to make new plants. Their flowers make a fine powder called pollen. Desert animals fly from flower to flower. They carry the pollen from one plant to another. This is called pollination. Pollen helps new seeds start to grow. Sometimes the seeds are in a fruit that the plant makes. The agave cactus has a yellow flower that makes a smooth green fruit. This fruit can hold many seeds. The century plant can grow to be 10 to 14 feet tall. It has flowers that bloom near the top. The century plant was named by people who thought that it bloomed once every 100 years. This is not really true. Small century plants can bloom after 3 or 4 years. Some big ones bloom after 40 or 50 years. Roots. Desert plants use their roots to get as much water as they can. Since there's not a lot of water, desert plants grow far apart. This way, the roots do not have to fight each other for the little bit of water that there is. Some plants have roots that grow near the surface or top of the ground. These roots spread out. They take in water when it rains. Other plants have roots that grow deep into the earth. These plants take in underground water. A plant with deep roots can get water more of the time. It does not have to wait for rain. The saguaro cactus has roots near the surface of the ground. The roots drink in the rain. This cactus also has other roots that wrap around rocks. These small roots help keep the large, heavy saguaro cactus from falling down. Storing water. Cactus plants grow in many deserts. A cactus is a plant that has special ways to store water. Many plants store water in their stems and leaves. Cactus plants have thick, waxy skin. This skin keeps water from evaporating. It also helps protect the plant from the sun. Some desert plants have folds in their skin. Folds let these plants grow like balloons when they take in a lot of water. The plants go back to normal size when the water is gone. The skin of a barrel cactus has folds and tough spines. The spines grow in bunches. The barrel cactus can store a lot of water. It gets bigger when it holds water. It grows slowly and can live more than 100 years. Leaves and spines. Plants lose water in the sun and wind. The leaves of desert plants are made to keep water in. Many desert plants only have a few leaves. Others have small leaves. Some plants drop their leaves when it gets too dry. Other plants have leaves with small holes to take in water. The holes open at night when it is cooler and close during the day when it is hotter. Most cactus plants do not have leaves. Plants without leaves use their stems to make food. Cactus plants have sharp spines. The spines grow on the plant's skin. Spines block the wind. They can also keep the sun off the plant with their tiny shadows. In these ways, they help keep water in the plant. The baby toes cactus has very special leaves. Most of the plant is under the ground, but the leaves stick up. The leaf tips are see-through. They let light into the rest of the leaf. The glossy green leaves of the desert rose will fall off if the plant does not get enough water. When water can be found, its leaves grow again. The leaves of the desert rose also help the plant stay safe. The parts of this plant, including the leaves, are poisonous. The desert holly is made to live in the dry desert. This plant keeps salt on its prickly leaves. The salt is like a sunblock. It helps the plant stay cooler. The desert holly can sometimes drop its leaves to save water. Amazing plants. It is not easy to live in the desert. Many desert plants are small and have short lives. But some desert plants are amazing because of their big size and long life. The Joshua tree is an amazing desert plant. The Joshua tree grows to 40 feet. One of the oldest Joshua trees is more than 900 years old. The Welwitschia plant lives even longer than the Joshua tree. It starts with a pair of wide, long leaves. These leaves grow and split. Then it looks like there are more than 2 leaves. These plants can live to be 1,000 to 2,000 years old. An oasis. An oasis is a place in the desert with water. The water in an oasis comes from rain or snow high up in the mountains or hills. It travels through rocks under the ground. If the water stops at a low place in the desert, then an oasis can form. Lots of plants can grow in an oasis because there is water. Sometimes palm trees will grow in an oasis. They stand tall over the land and can be seen from far away. They let people know where an oasis is. If an oasis is large enough, people can live on it. Another kind of oasis is a stream that starts in the mountains and flows through the desert. Plants also grow along this kind of oasis. Desert plants. Many plants have adapted to grow in hot and dry deserts. Colorful flowers bloom after rain and make the desert come alive. Flowers help make new plants. Desert animals move pollen from flower to flower. This is called pollination. Plants can grow seeds when pollen moves. Some plants have roots that are near the top of the ground. These plants need to take in rain. Other plants have deep roots that get water from under the ground. Desert plants find many ways to store water. Some plants use spines to keep the water in. Some desert plants can grow very big and very old. The Joshua tree and the welwitschia are two of the oldest growing plants. Palm trees grow very tall. They can grow near an oasis. People can live on an oasis if there's enough room. Deserts may seem empty at first, but if you know where to look, you will find that they are full of life.